My name is Susan Breeding, and my husband Bruce was a patient at the Center for Neuroskills in Dallas for 6.5 weeks, and I was there with him. So I had the benefit of getting to know the therapists and all who were helping him to improve. It was a really wonderful experience. So on June 1st of 2019, my husband had a he had a minor stroke. I found him on our bedroom floor. And he went to the hospital, and within 24 hours he had a massive stroke. So it was very touch and go for a while. The neurosurgeon felt like he didn't have much of a chance of a good life, but we were trying to give him every opportunity possible. So it was a very rocky road for several months, and we were having a typical struggle that some families do with insurance. He wasn't doing well enough to continue on, and then all of a sudden he started getting better, and all of a sudden people started talking about Center for Neuroskills, and we're like, what is Center for Neuroskills? And we decided that was a really good plan for my husband. We went sight unseen. We took everyone's recommendations and thought, it sounds like a plan. We were limited by time because of his insurance, so we only had 6.5 weeks, and CNS really rose to the occasion to make him progress as quickly as he could, and so it was just a wonderful experience for us. I'm so thankful. I went with him. I was there actually all day long. I didn't just, see him at mealtime. I was with him all day long, and that's another thing I'd like to say about how CNS included me. They considered me a team member, and they validated me as an advocate for my husband. And they wanted to know, I was the one who told them what my husband was like to help them better work with him. For example, one day, one of the physical therapists told him to move forward in his wheelchair. But my husband was a CPA, and he's a numbers man, and he requires specifics. And he sat there. He didn't know what that meant. And I said, tell him, for example, roll 3 inches forward. And she goes, oh, Bruce, would you roll 3 inches forward? And so he did. So these are ways that I could, tell them this is his personality, and this is how you can best get to him and help him to do what you need him to do. Well, I have another cute little story to tell you and it kind of ties in with how the therapists were always celebrating everything. And my husband was on a feeding tube, and so the goal was to get him off of the feeding tube. And he had to make a lot of progress to get to soft foods and so forth and so on. And he had some swallow tests done, and he didn't have a good gag reflex at first, and so food would go down the wrong way, and he didn't cough to get it back up. And I remember as time progressed and he started moving up the food chain, literally. One morning I was sitting by him while he was eating breakfast, and he choked, and then he gagged. And I'm going, oh, he gagged! And so when we went to speech therapy that day, I said, guess what? Bruce gagged today. And she goes, yay, he gagged! And it was that kind of a thing, like nothing was too small to celebrate. And that was what the whole experience was like. It was just such an affirming place to be. Just a wonderful, it was a blessing. It was a gift from God. I hope I wasn't closing my eyes too much.
Not at all.
I was
No,
trying
you
to
were
think.
lighting up. No.
Okay, great. And I tell you what, answer to prayer, I didn't cry because I thought, oh, I don't know if I can do this.
I cried for you at the last one, so it was